Registration rules allow you to automatically register groups of users to an activity based on criteria that you set. From Find Learning, search for the activity you'd like to register users to. You can then access the activity's administration area by clicking Common Tasks. Navigate to the Users and Rules tab, then click Add Rule. When creating a registration rule, you can choose to apply a pre-built rule template to your activity, or create a rule from scratch that will only be applied to this activity. For this example, we want to create a one-off rule, so we'll select the Create a Unique Rule tile. In Step 1, you need to choose criteria which will determine who will be registered to the activity. Tick the relevant box to select a criteria to filter users by. You can apply multiple filters to refine your selection. Let's take a look at some of the criteria available. Filter by Units allows you to select by organisation hierarchy. Clicking the tick box will register all users within that organisation. Clicking on the plus symbol will allow you to select specific organisation units, or exclude them from your selection by ticking the appropriate box. For example, if you don't want to register contractors in your organisation. Filter by Categories allows you to choose users by categories they have been assigned. The categories available will depend on how your site has been set up, but might include job role, locations, or qualifications. Filter by Roles allows you to choose users depending on their system role. For example, you might opt to register only line managers to content. Filter by Existing Registrations will register users based on the completion status of this or another activity. This could be useful if you want to register users to a course as soon as they complete a similar introductory activity. Once you've selected a module, click Add and Save. You can remove any selected activity if needed by clicking the cross next to it. Filter by User Creation Date allows you to register users who were created before or after a particular date. Likewise, Filter by Employment Date allows you to do the same, relative to their employment date. This can be useful for creating registration rules that only target your new starters by selecting From Today. You can untick any of the filters to remove them from the rule if necessary. Once you've made your selections, click Next to continue. You now need to decide when the rule will apply. You can choose to run the rule overnight or when a user next logs on. Alternatively, you can run the rule immediately or from a specified date if you're not ready to start the rule yet. By default, the rule will run once. If you'd like the rule to continue applying, tick Check Rule Automatically. This will give you the option to set a date that the rule will run until, or leave it in place indefinitely. While in place, any users that meet the criteria you've set will be registered to the activity. You can also set a due date to complete the learning by. To do this, tick Set Due Date and configure the settings to meet your requirements. If you're awarding a certificate to users upon completing the activity, you can set an expiry date here. You can also opt to reset progress for users that have already completed the learning. This can be useful if users need to refresh themselves on a regular basis. Click Finish to save and set up your new registration rule. If you need to amend or remove the registration rule, you can do so by scrolling down to Pending Rules and making any changes required.